What's up?
Hey, can you hear me?
Looking good?
Oh, I like the background.
Clarity?
Yes, I love it.
Awesome, awesome. So, the agenda for today is basically to review your blog and also to start with the actual design development, right?
Sounds great.
So, you wrote a blog how to set up WordPress site, which is great, perfect. Uh, nice.
Thank you.
You could make it more interesting by adding headings and maybe some images or something like that. But this is good for now.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Oh,
So
yeah, sure, I will do that. I'm
I can
gonna add,
understand because of the time constraint you were not able to do it, but make it look good, like if somebody's reading your post.
yeah, and I also see that I have to utilize blocks really well.
Yeah.
I have used a ton of blocks, and
Yes.
there's an opportunity there to kind of use those blocks smartly.
Like for example, you have list blocks, so you have your heading blocks, paragraph. There are page separators, so you can use all of that. So now let's go ahead and switch to your, yeah, let's go ahead and switch to the project. So just go to your GitHub repository. Can you share the screen, please?
Sure. Can you enable the screen sharing for me, please?
Yes. Yep.
So this is my GitHub repositories.
Hmm. Okay, so remember we had set up a project for you, Project Galaxy. So that's what I
Yes.
want you to go into. I
Yeah.
want you to open that in your code editor. You would have already had this project. Okay, good. Let's open this in the browser as well. Try to see if you don't disclose any of your passwords or any sensitive information, since this is a recording. The last two videos I couldn't put public because of those sensitive information.
Okay.
Okay, so you need to go
Uh,
on to the localhost and then that project basically.
so how do I do that? How do I go
There
to
was
the
a
project?
localhost. Yeah, hit enter. Can you restart the so there would have been XAMPP somewhere. You need to switch that on. It must be switched off right now. It must be XAMPP application. Yes, that's the one. Okay, can you start Apache? Okay, Apache is on. Let's try it now. So you don't want to go to dashboard. You want to go to localhost and then project gallery, project galaxy. It's already there. Can you see the fourth option? Yes.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Now can you open the design which I gave you last time? Where is it? How's your cold?
Oh, a lot better. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you. How's everything with you?
All good. I've been recording since all day and yeah, creating tutorials.
Okay, great,
Okay,
great.
open this up. So just double click. Zoom out. I think it's too much zoomed in. Yeah, just drag it. I have to again zoom in. Yeah, try to keep it in the center. Perfect. Okay, so this is what we have on plate. So we're going to start with the header first. So let's go
Okay.
back to your core editor. Okay, let's close everything just to so that we have fresh to begin with. Try to get into the habit of Control S so that none of your work is lost.
Yes.
Keep the header dots as CSS open. We need that.
Okay.
Yeah, keep that open. Okay, now inside of the uh, okay, scroll down on the left hand side. You see templates, and then there is layouts. So open layouts. There is header.php, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so double click that. So you've got the header. So what do we have inside of the header? Go back to the design.
Yeah.
The design.
CSS.
The design. The design. Where is your design? Figma. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Where is your Figma design on the browser? Yeah. So we have the logo. We have the logo name. Can we download this logo? The productivity logo. Double click on that until you hit the right spot. Yeah. So there's a logo on the left hand side, I think. So you need to double click on that small logo. This is just text. Yes, correct. Now scroll down on the right hand side. You have export option. Can you export it?
Okay.
Okay. Now copy this inside of your project. You can directly go into the core editor and paste it there. Code editor. Do you have anything called images somewhere?
Should be, yeah. In under asset.
Uh-huh. Close the build. Scroll up. Close the build. Okay. No, you don't. You don't have actually the images. So scroll up. Okay. So into assets, you have source. So inside of source directory, create a directory called images. Yes. Good. Your skills have improved a lot, Mr. Ratan.
Thank you.
Welcome. How is your feeling? Are you feeling more confident now?
Oh yes. Yeah.
Good.
Image.img.
No, no, no. Just images. It's a directory name, not the file name.
Okay. So I
Hit
think
enter.
to create a directory new folder.
Don't start with capital letter. It's not a. Do you see any folder name starting with capital letter anywhere?
No, no.
Folder name will never have spaces. They will have. They will be separated by hyphens. Instead of images, just do a control V. Control V. You had already copied bitmap, so ideally you should be able to paste it here. Maybe right click and paste. It's not copied.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what's happening. So I go back to show the folder. Okay.
It's not copied. It's not giving option.
So,
Can you try to drag and drop?
or I'll just go here and do it.
That's fine. Source. Mm-hmm. Yep. Good. Okay. So we have our image. So what we need to do now is inside of the header, I need to have two parts. First is your left section, which will have the logo and the title, and the second will be the right section, which will basically be your menus, right? So then delete the text header from there, which is line number 2. Create a devo instead, and give it a class name of logo. Is there a space after equals anywhere? Do you see? Have you ever seen the class name starting with capital letters?
Yeah.
So these are small things you need to remember.
Yeah.
Okay, inside of logo, the first thing we'll have is the image. So hit tab twice, tab,
Yes.
and then type image tag. So basically you need to create an image tag. And inside of source, you need to give the path of this image. So how it works is that because you have included the header.php inside of the index.php, correct?
Yes.
So how a path will work is that it will treat as if you are inside of index.php. Now index is inside of the root. So if I had to traverse to the images directory from the root, how would I traverse? I would go to assets, right?
Yes.
So type assets, then slash, then where is your images directory? Can you traverse? Can you tell me? After assets, where do I go?
But asset, it's in src.
Correct. Let's do that.
Under
Slash.
src images,
Correct. Let's do that.
under images bitmap.png.
Let's do that. Is it capital letter or small? So if you are copying someone's name and you need to copy as it is, ideally the image name should not start with a capital letter, but for now it's okay. We can change that later. Then you need the
Okay.
alt text also. So can you write the alt text as bitmap? The name could be anything, but I think we'll keep it relevant. So this is your image. After image tag, we basically need the heading of this the site. Which so we'll open a h1 tag
In the
inside of the logo itself. So it will be on the next line. Yep, that's where it is. What was the name of the site? What is the site title?
productly,
So let's do that.
Productly.
In fact, what I was thinking is that we should keep the logo div separate and this should be separate. So ideally, minimize the line number 2 using the arrow. Uh, hover on the number 2, minimize it. Copy that line number 2 to 6 and cut it. Cut it. Write div with the class of uh, header left. Header left.
Header space left or underscore?
You have been working with class names. What do you think? Should it be underscore or dash hyphen?
Uh, I think I did this here.
So it'll be hyphen actually.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, inside of this, just paste that content that you had cut earlier on line number 3. Okay, so this is your header left. Cut the h1 from there. Why do you have the closing h1 tag on the next line? Are you are you going to insert something inside of it? Yeah. Can you cut the line number 5? Okay. Delete the extra line. And after line number 5, paste that h1. After line number 5. Yeah. Perfect. So this is basically your header left section. Can you indent it properly? No. The rule is one tab. Every child will have one tab. Is logo the child of header left?
Yes.
Then should it be one tab and everything inside of it?
Yeah.
So line number 5 will also have one tab because it's a part of that. Like they should be on the same line. The closing and the ending tag should be in the same column. Is image child of logo?
Yes.
Yes. Now do you understand why H1 doesn't have an extra tab? Because H1's parent is header left. So it has one tab. It doesn't need to have one extra tab. Correct.
Yeah.
That's why the div with the class name of logo and the H1 are on the in the same line, like same column,
Yeah.
because their parent is the same.
Yes.
Images parent is logo. That's why it is got an extra tab. Got it?
Yes.
Okay, so that's header left. Same way we have to do header right also. So where do you, so can you minimize the header left so we can work on the header right now? Not the entire header. The header left you have to minimize. Yes. Now after line number 7, you'll do the same thing, div with the class of header right. So type div dot.
Just right here.
That's fine. That's also do.
Yeah.
Make sure you have a closing tag.
Okay.
Okay. So I think this name can be nav instead of div. So can you name that div as nav instead, because that'll be navigation,
Okay.
not the
This one.
first one. Line number 8
Yeah.
should be nav. Both
Yeah.
the closing and ending tag should be nav. Indentation. Fine. Now inside of nav we'll have the ul li because those are the list items.
Yes.
So hit tab ul. Uh, then press wait, don't do anything. Just type ul.
Okay.
Just ul. Delete that. Okay. Then type arrow, which is greater than sign. Yeah, greater than sign. Okay. Li multiplied by 4. Hit tab. See what happened? It's
Yeah.
a new trick you've learned.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go to our design.
Product customer pricing resource.
Yeah. Can you type all of that?
Yeah.
In fact, wait, hold on. Those will actually be links. So you need to have links inside of them.
Inside this, inside li, right?
Yeah. So anchor tag. No, 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 no. How can you have anchor tag inside li? It'll be the child of li, right?
Uh,
Anchor tag will go inside of li. Yeah.
yeah. So will be li href, right?
Okay. There is an anchor tag, right? Which is a. Yes, that's the one. For now, let's just put hash because we don't have actually any of the URLs available. And now inside of this
Yes.
A tag, you will put the navigation name label.
Here.
Yes. I think the typing will take a long time. So why don't you just paste the same name everywhere and maybe you can change that name later on while we're off call. Just indent it properly.
Yeah.
Yep, good. No.
So this had li closing. This is li.
Line number 17 indentation. Line number 16 indentation. Li will be in the same line as the other LIs. The A will go in the next line.
Yes.
Yes. No.
So
Yes. Okay. Let's go back to the browser and see what do we have there.
before that, we'll have to mix these two main, right?
Yeah, so you have to run npm run dev, but you are not making any changes in the CSS. So it's not required right now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So you have
Yes.
this. Now we're going to style it. So why don't you spin up your development server by hitting the npm run dev on the terminal?
I remember you'd given me that. Okay. Here.
I also said that you have to go inside of assets and do it.
Okay. Okay. So I will have to get out of the 100-day
No,
code.
not out, but you have to go inside of the assets. So write
This
down
is
your next homework. Maybe write it somewhere where you don't have any sensitive information. Why don't you create a GitHub issue instead rather than putting things here?
how do I create a GitHub issue?
Okay, go to your repository, the one you are currently working on, which is Project Galaxy. Do you see a issue tab on the left?
Yeah.
Yep. Create a new issue. give it a name of next week task.
Hmm?
Next week task. Now inside of this, in the description, do you see a checkbox icon? Yeah, instead of one, click that instead.
Okay.
So delete one, I think you've already clicked, so just delete one. And after that, square brackets, write space, and then write a blog on commonly used terminal commands. So that's your first task. Just submit it, like save it. There should be a option at the bottom. Yeah. So this is where you're gonna keep on adding the tasks, and you will check box that once that task is done. Probably you can also comment with the link of the task later on. Okay, once it's done. So you're going to go back and watch this video where I have told you what are the different commands that I used, and you're going to write a blog about that. And next time if you get stuck, you don't know what command to use, I will ask you to refer to your own blog.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll say, boss, you only write, you go back and check. Enough of giving you the same gyan every time and you forgetting it.
Yes.
Okay, let's go back to terminal. Clear the screen. So what is the command to clear the screen? This will all be a part of your block, huh? All the commands that we are now discussing. To know which directory you are on, the path of it, it's pwd. Hit enter. So see, it tells you what is your current path. Now I want to basically go inside of assets directory. So first I want to even know whether the asset directory exists. So currently I'm inside of 100 days of code. If I want to know what are the content of this directory, what is inside of it, I will type the list command, which is short as ls. Hit enter. So can you now see that it's got all of the things that are inside of it? It's giving you that information,
Yes.
right? Now, of course, we don't want 100 days of code. We don't want to do work with this. I want to work with the project Galaxy. So
Yes.
to what I want to do is I want to come out of this. So to go one step behind, because currently I'm inside of 100 days of code, I want to go back to htdocs. To go one step behind, I will use change directory command, and the short for that is cd space dot
Dot.
dot. Yes. So that is to go come one step behind the directory. Hit enter. Now can you see it says htdocs, which means currently you are in htdocs. Now I want to know whether or not the project Galaxy exists in that. So how would I check that? I will use a list command. Let's do that.
List command.
So now it's giving me all of the directories, but I don't like the way it's listing down. It's like in one line, and for me, I can't really read it properly. So to for it to list it in like a column wise, not row wise, I'll do ls space al.
Okay.
Hit enter. No, no, no. I think you don't have that feature available in yours. Let me just check. Hold on.
Okay.
LSAL. Oh, okay. It's a different command actually. ls. Yeah. Okay. It's ls space dash, which is hyphen al. So what this is going to do is this is going to list out the items. Hit enter. It's going to give you more information about each of these directories, and it's also going to give you the list of the hidden files as well. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, do you see Project Galaxy somewhere?
Yes.
Which means it's in the root. I can go inside of it. So how do we go inside of it? What
To
command? Change
go
directory.
inside. Sorry.
Change directory, which is cd.
Space.
Now where do you want to go? Do you want to go one step outside? If that was the case, we would have typed dot dot, but in our case, I want to go ahead. So if you want to go ahead of that, which is inside of Project Galaxy, I have to type the name of the directory inside of which I want to go. So
Yes.
type the name of the directory, project. Try to hit tab. It might auto-complete. Not sure.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So use that. So that should be a part of your blog as well. If I hit tab, it's going to auto-complete. Your blog should include how do I go one step behind uh, the directory. What if I want to go ahead, which is inside of another one? How do I do that? So all of the command will be there. Okay. Next up, I want to go into assets. So first of all, I want to check whether assets exist. So type ls. Just ls, not like. So there is assets. So if you want to go into
Yes.
assets, what will you do?
I will do cd.
Yep. Yes. That's it. Now clear the screen. Now hit npm run dev. Okay, let it run. In the meanwhile, we'll go back to our browser. And we'll go to the project, which is the browser, in the browser.
Okay.
Where is your project? Okay, we'll do inspect element here and start styling here itself. So let's do inspect element. So keep the inspect element at the bottom of the screen. So there are 3 dots on the right hand side. Yes. Okay. So what we want
Yes.
to do basically is first give an overall width, max width to the site, because as per the design, it has a fixed width. Can you check that? No, not here in the design. When I say design, you're supposed to go to the Figma.
Yeah.
I don't know what other design could mean.
Okay. Yeah.
What is the width of this? Try to hit the next section, which is design thinking. Probably you'll get that information there. Yeah. What's the width? Can you check on the right hand side? Oh, why did you uncheck that? Unclick that. Yeah. What's the width?
125.35.
Let's take it as 1125. So that's the width of your site when it's on the large screen or any screen that is larger than 1125. So what we're going to
This
do
is
is,
1400.
no, I'm interested in the inside part of it, not the outside. We've already checked that.
Okay. Okay.
Let's go back to our code.
Um, to this one.
Yes. When I say code, I mean the code editor. Where else the
Okay.
code would be?
Okay. No, we were also doing inspect, so I thought there.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Header.
Right. Now, what we want to do is, let's go back to our Sass, which is .sass directory. Yes, they should be okay. Now hold on. Mm, settings, components. Create a directory inside of it called general.
General,
Yep.
journal.
General, yeah, general. General.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Okay, great. Now create a file inside of it and name it as common underscore common dot scss.
Okay.
Okay, great. So this is the place where we are going to keep all of the common classes. Now we want to ensure that we import this, otherwise the system won't know that it needs to include this file. So we'll go to main.css, scss, main.scss.
Main.scss.
Yes.
Okay, where is that?
First
I see.
minimize these directories, then no, that's JS. Not all the directories. You still need to stay inside of SCSS. Can you see it down at the bottom?
Yeah.
Double click that and import this. So leave an additional line, leave an additional line and double slash for a comment and space and then name it as general. Hit enter and do at import space double quotes. Which directory is your common.scss is? So you need to write that directory name.
General.
Exactly. If you type it, it should auto complete.
No, it's not completing.
Okay, that's fine. Now it's completing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Uh, add a semicolon at the end to close the line. Awesome. So now let's go back to the common.scss.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're going to do is ideally to wrap the entire site into like a max width, we create a wrapper class. So when you write a CSS for a class, you prefix it with dot, correct?
Yeah.
So let's do dot and then wrapper. No, no, wrapper. Yeah. Space and then curly braces. Just one space is enough. Now inside of curly braces, write max width. Shouldn't that be on the next line?
Yeah.
Mr. Ratan, if you're going to repeat the same mistakes, you're going to hear from me big time because it consumes unnecessary time to tell you the same thing again, which we would have been spending learning new things. This feedback I've
Yeah.
already given you on your GitHub repository, remember?
Yes.
When I reviewed your PR. So this should, you need to be careful with that. So
Yes, fine.
the content of the wrapper should be on the next line, not the curly braces. The curly braces stay where they are.
Okay.
Can you take an example from, let's say, reset.scss, how they write CSS over there? Take an example of from,
Reset from SCSS.
yeah, reset.scss. Take a look how they are writing CSS over there. Can you say how it's written? These are all the elements. Check out a single element, maybe. Scroll down. Can you see body? How have they written style? They have left a space after body, then they have opened the curly braces. Inside of it, there is a tab for each line, and then there is a closing tag. This is how CSS is written, not in the
Yeah,
same line. Can you try to imitate this for your case as
sure.
well?
Yes.
Yeah. It was 1230
Curly brace in
pixels,
the
right?
end.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Good.
Yep.
First write like 1235 pixels, right? It was 1235, 1225,
It was 1125.
11 or 12.
1125.35 width.
Yeah, that's fine. Just give the same width.
1125.35.
Yep. Don't give a point. Just keep it 1125
That will be PX, right?
pixels. Yes. Now try to match how they have done in reset. Is that how your indentation looks? The same way as they have, or is it different?
I think it's the same because they had their this thing here
How many
space.
how many tabs they have on line number 32?
Line number 32,
How many tabs they have used? One or two
one
tabs?
tab.
How many have you used?
I had done two tabs.
Yes. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you if you do this again. It's an unnecessary waste of time telling you all this. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, cool. So this is how you'll do it, and that's the wrapper. So what we want to do is basically wherever we want a container to have kind of a max width of 1125 pixels, this is what we're going to do. We also want to do margin 0 auto so that it stays in the center. So on the next line, you will do margin 0 and then space auto.
Is that even available? Like margin
No,
zero?
after margin, after colon, you have to write 0. 0 means number 0.
Yeah. Number zero.
Space
Space.
auto. So what this means is that the top and the bottom margin will be 0 and the right and the left will be auto, which means it will automatically stay in the center. That's why we give it
Okay.
when we are dealing with like max width, etc.
Okay.
So now give this wrapper to your main header component, your inside of your header.php. So you already have a class called header. Give a space and add wrapper. in the class name.
Here, right?
Is that how you add more classes? If it's a class, then it needs to go inside of the codes only, right? How can it be outside?
Right.
Oh, yes.
So
I
it'll
was,
be,
yeah, I was really expecting that you would know all this since you have been doing so many projects. Pay attention
yeah,
to how they write the syntax. When you're doing the work, don't just do it to complete it, but pay attention to how they are writing the syntax.
yeah,
Don't memorize, but just get yourself familiar. Just pay attention. That's all I'm saying.
right, right.
So write wrapper. So one class, there can be two classes for the same element, and that's how you add multiple classes by adding a space and the class name.
Okay, all right,
So class name will be wrapper.
okay.
Okay, let's go back and check what's situation of our project in the browser
We don't put any comma or anything
for
between.
classes, right? No,
Yeah.
no.
So we have wrapper here,
Uh-huh.
1280.
That's fine. Refresh it. I should see that change. Why am I not seeing the change? Do a hard refresh. F5. I think. Go back and check in terminal. Do you have an error there? No, it doesn't look like you have any errors.
One error and zero warning potential fixable. Error in src scss main.scss. Unexpected missing end of source new line.
Go
No
back and
missing.
check. No, it's correct. Did you save it? Are you saving all files?
Yes. So this was
That's
closed, right? So it was saved and closed. Now I
okay.
open it again.
That's fine. Let's go back to the browser and try to do inspect element and see what's happening. Scroll up. Just make more room by increasing the height of this inspect element. Okay, click on the header wrapper.
Yeah.
Header wrapper. Can you close the console? There is a close button. So if we have more rooms to see what's happening.
This one, right?
Yeah.
Console. Okay.
Okay, our style is not being applied. So there is a problem somewhere. Why is that? Let's go back to the terminal. You did a hard refresh, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I
Check in
did
the
press F5 again.
uh check terminal. There should be some error somewhere. Scroll at the bottom.
Yeah.
Mm,
Here?
I'm checking. Let me read. Why the hello is coming? Expected line breaks to be LF but found CRLF. Line break style. Can you go
Wait,
to source main.js? Main.js. Scroll up. Source then main.js. Best way to work is try to minimize the things you're not working on. So of course, if it's JavaScript, it will not be inside CSS. So close CSS. Open JavaScript.
hey, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Open JS.
No, no, there are two voices coming up, Gav.
Two voices.
I can hear two things going on at one time.
Now,
Okay.
better.
Yeah, because I don't know how this video of YouTube started on, and I could hear two people. Two, anyways. So, what were you saying exactly?
Can you go to JS directory? Open it. Double click. Everything is
Here,
fine. Do one thing. Push this code. I'll take a look at my end.
how do I do that?
GitHub. So go to terminal. Cancel it. How do you push the code to GitHub? First, come out of this directory because you are in assets. You need to be in the root. So you have been pushing projects to GitHub every day, right? How do you push it?
So, git add.
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
You can take help from your notes. I don't expect you to remember everything.
Yeah. So, warning LF will be replaced. So this is okay, right?
Yes. What is the meaning of trivial?
Trivial,
hmm
like important.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah. No. You. Why are you pushing master? Which branch are you on?
Project Galaxy, right?
What is the branch name?
HT docs.
Project Galaxy is the name of the directory, the folder.
Yeah.
Can you go back and check on GitHub what are the branches available? In fact, you can check the branch right now. You can just type the command git space branch. Hit enter. So
Yeah.
which are the branches available?
feature header
and
master.
correct. How do you know which one you're on?
This is where which one I am at right now.
What's the name?
Project Galaxy feature header.
How did you come to know that this is the branch you're on?
Here by looking at this.
That's one place. Second,
Second is just doing CD.
no, you did grid branch and then it listed down two branches because those were the branches available. It turned the branch
Yeah.
that you're currently on in green and it star marked it. Did you notice that?
Oh yes.
Okay. This will all be again part of your blog. So please make this as your next task. Write a blog about all the commands of GitHub. All the commands we discussed in this call should be present in your blog
Okay.
because this is going to be your daily thing to do. So you should remember these commands by heart, and they are not very
Right.
many. They are hardly, I would say, uh, I think not more than 8 to 10 commands, and I don't think that will be very difficult for you to remember those 8 to 10 commands. The best way to remember is practice them. Write a blog, write about what each command do, and just keep typing it. Like jump, switch between the commands, keep typing them, see what happens, play with them. Like practice every day because this will be your daily task. Playing with Git is going to be a part of your life until something else comes up. But I feel that GitHub is going to stay. If it's going to stay, you need to know these commands. So just add this to your GitHub issues
Yeah.
as your task.
So would this be the right one to push?
Yes, you're right.
Okay.
Okay, so let me take a look at my end.
Yeah, I have a hard stop at 2:30, bro.
What time is
Um,
it right now?
it's 2:11 here,
So how much time do we have?
like 15 minutes.
How much time do we have for this call? How much more time do we have?
For this call.
Yeah.
I think we were supposed to start at like
No, yeah. What I'm asking you that since you need to leave at 2:30, how much
15 minutes.
longer? That's what I'm asking. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So look at my screen now. Would it be possible for you to probably create another YouTube account and so that you can watch my videos and I can get one second.